Starting. Started recording. And hello and welcome to the Abandoned Beers podcast, the only podcast that's out here matching your favorite bands to our favorite beers. And with me, as always, Dan, say hi to the people.
Hello, everybody.
Couldn't be doing without him, the one and only Dusty Swartz.
Hey guys, so happy to be here.
And we are recording our first, what are these things called?
A Veed?
Veed Live podcast?
Yeah.
I was calling it like my ABABs. ABABs.
ABAB short. It's a short one. We don't have a band. We don't have any beers, but we're just doing this to fill in the gaps. You know, we have some. We're bi-weekly. We're bi on this podcast.
Mm-hmm. We accept all.
Yeah. But how are you, boys? We are Abandoned Beers. We're here to make you drink beer and think about death and feel sad and stuff. We're just about ready to get rocking and rolling, cracking and drinking.
You know, guys, my current so we're doing a lot of research right now, and I think it's causing me to have to there's a lot of walking and thinking I have to do. My current thinking tune is "Patience" by Guns N' Roses. So I'm walking around just
Patience.
What's do you guys have like a whistling tune you do most times? Like this one's like for me right now.
I had one today.
Oh yeah?
And it was that, hey, what's going on? You guys know that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's four non-blondes. It's about us. Well, there's three of us, but
Not blonde though.
yeah, I've been humming a lot of Get Up Kids today. Getting ready for my 21st high school reunion tomorrow night. So I got the yearbook out. I got got the tunes out from the 2001-2002 time period, and I'm feeling the nostalgia and looking forward to not having anybody remember who I was in high school. So
do you feel like you've been out of school for 21 years, like high school?
yeah, yes and no. Definitely, I own a house, I have a job, but I kind of feel that that far away from high school. But musically, I'm still listening to the same stuff, so still going to see the same bands. I'm going to see Jimmy Eat World this summer and Yellow Card. So
this is our first crack at this. So the tentative plan is to post it for the Abandoned Beers people to listen to and watch if they so choose. Dusty, with that in mind, do you want to give a reason why we're not together and recording a new episode of Abandoned Beers?
Hey, quite frankly, I think this works out for all of us. And I'm gonna sell you guys on this, is that we take time to really digest these bands.
We sure do.
And our beers. And we do two at a time now, not doing too much behind baseball. And I think what we learned from like Ice-T is that if we really take our time, we all come out there with some vicious like takes. And so I'm happy for us to start taking like a little bit of time. And also we had a plan to do it tonight, and I couldn't do it because last second we realized in my family that like I have a birthday party tomorrow for my 5-year-old, and then
Someone's turning 5 years old.
Amazing.
Yeah,
goes fast.
I know, it's crazy. And then I'm going to Boston on Sunday. Today's Friday. And then,
totally valid reason not to be able to do it Saturday and Sunday. But today's Friday, and we're here together. Are you guys listening to any new music?
Yeah,
because there's a bunch of new music that came out, and I listened to the newest Bouncing Souls, and it's a really good record if you like the Bouncing Souls. If you don't, it sounds pretty much like all their other stuff.
Same old, Bouncing Souls.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Well, I would say there's a couple things I'm listening to. One, I'm not going to steal Dan's thunder. I know what he's going to say. I've been listening to this band Cancer Bats recently. So it's like, one, an atrocious name, Cancer Bats. Two things
Yeah,
that
it's
people
horrible.
don't like.
Right.
But like they're really hitting like an in between area. If there's a Venn diagram of like Comeback Kid and Every Time I Die, there's somewhere in between. I haven't quite hit like the sound that like hits either of those two bands just yet. But like it's really good listening if you're into that kind of like metal or hardcore. I'm loving that. Uh, what I'm actually more excited about is that my baby girl who's turning 5, Lilo, she told me recently she has a new harmony, is what she calls it. You know, her new harmony is a Rihanna song. This is what you came for.
Oh.
So she tells me all the time. She's like, "Dad, I want to listen to my harmony. Like this makes me happy." And I was like, "It's hard to argue with that." Which is like, "Oh, this is my harmony.
Right.
This like makes me happy." And I'm like, "You know what? If you like Rihanna, you're okay in my book. Quite frankly, baby girl. If you're 5, like this is
Yeah.
all right. I can get down with Rihanna."
Yeah. I don't like Rihanna.
Really?
Yeah. Not into
No,
it.
you're wrong.
If you had
You're
watched the
wrong.
Super Bowl,
Yeah,
you would have loved the
everything-
halftime show.
No, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great
Sure
in
it
the
was.
halftime show.
All the Super Bowl halftimes are great. The Super Bowl's great. It's a great waste of time.
What about you, Danny boy?
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
I think you guys both know the new music that I've been listening to lately. As soon as I caught wind of the existence of this band and the song that they had released, I threw it out on our group chat. It wasn't sports related, so it was okay that I sent it on the group chat.
That's right.
It's a band called Better Lovers. It's made up of 3/5 of Every Time I Die and the lead
Whoa.
singer of Dillinger Escape Plan.
Mm.
Amazing.
Yeah, they
Vicious.
they all have something to prove, and they're proving it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The guitar, it's the guitar is he's picking up where he left off. This is Jordan Buckley. He's picking up where he left off writing wise with Every Time I Die, and he's taking it an even more extra step, I think, with the noodling, like the guitar soloing was just epic on this song.
The shit riffs. He
Yes.
loves shit riffs.
Yep.
No Andy Williams. Andy Williams and his tag team partner were fighting Kenny Omega and Takahashi live on Rampage Friday night.
They were.
So,
It was Wednesday.
Andy's
Wasn't
landed
it
on his feet.
Wednesday? The main
It
event
could
on
have been
Wednesday.
on Dynamite. Yeah, it could have
Yeah.
been main event on Dynamite.
And they ended up losing, right?
Yeah.
They become like the villain. Like they're the team. Unfortunately, they're the team that like always has to like lose. I'd rather them, give them a storyline, give them a run, give them a run at the championship belt.
I've heard him explain it. Him and his buddy Pepper Parks, they want to be like the bad guys in movies, where the bad guy goes to hire a couple of toughs, and they're like the two guys who just come in. They're like the bad guy before the bad guy.
Nice.
Like in the movie, that's like what they want their character to be.
Kind of like henchmen a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like
You told me the new Fallout Boy is really good too.
It is. I have been listening to that album as well. Highly recommend it. It's good. It's not like the classic Fallout Boy, but it's like it's the 2010s Fallout Boy. A couple catchy songs. Choruses hit. Like they're really good at writing arena rock type songs now. So
yeah,
I highly
sometimes
recommend it. The new Fallout
Hum
Boy
Hallelujah comes on in the car, and I'm like, God damn, this is a good song.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun. It's just a
Yeah.
fun song to listen to. Like, and I know
ear
it's
candy.
not their best song, but I'm like,
Not their best song.
I'm not turning it off.
Yep. I would see them again if I got a discounted ticket. I'm not paying full price because it's going to end up being an arena show, but if I can somehow get a discounted ticket, I'd be there in a second.
What if we all ran out of box and just sell it out between ourselves? Would you go again?
I would do it again, and I would do it. That was one of the greatest concert experiences I've had lately, aside from sweaty for First Unitarian Church basement shows.
Yeah.
Right.
Having a box where everybody just like bought beer, threw it in the our little ice bucket or whatever, and everybody was just helping themselves to beer. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of like 2010s ish songs, I recently like came across this and like the TikTok verse is like this band Blood Dispute Have you guys
Okay.
heard of this band before?
Heard the name, never listened to
Yeah.
it.
But I was like, I heard like a couple verses of it, and I was like, what? Like, it seemed almost good, and I think that's I'm not sure yet. So I'm gonna let you guys like do a little more research on your own too. But it seems like something that might be up our alley. The Dispute. Yeah.
Our number one, our biggest fan might be Eric Wessenberger.
Mm-hmm.
Partly doing this for him. He's like, you guys got to go weekly. I mean, come on, got to go weekly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, Eric, you try getting these guys in the same place every week. But he
It's
says
a lot
that
of beer to drink. That's part of the problem.
the new Metallica has a new record that's supposed to be really good. I haven't had time to listen to it.
I've heard the lead single off of it. I don't remember what it's called, but it's it's standard Metallica. They got the riffs, they've got the catchy guitar licks. So
yeah. The last time there was a new Metallica album out, me and Dusty were in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Has it been that long?
It had been that long.
Wow.
And I hadn't heard the new Metallica, and then all of a sudden it starts playing at this guy's house who had rigged his house up with nothing but blacklight.
Nice.
The black hole.
The black hole. So his whole house was all blacklight. And Metallica is just playing throughout the whole house, and a fog machine was going off at the time as well.
And this is like middle of the night, morning
Middle of the night.
Morning of
The-
Groundhog's Day.
Groundhog's Day, Eve, or just posts pulling the thing out of the hole. Can't recommend it enough.
Nice.
If you can listen to new music in that environment, it's a big win.
All right, we'll have to invest in some black lights.
Yeah.
Although I don't want to see what kind of stains are around anywhere, but that's a different story. Sorry.
Dan, do you want to tell us about this $400 microphone you bought?
Ooh, can't wait.
I bought a Shure microphone. Where the packaging
This is
around
the
here.
big boys play with.
Here we go. The Shure SMB 7B.
Wow.
SM7B.
Yeah.
It's described as a legendary vocal microphone. So I'm taking the next step. I was gonna offer to I was never gonna offer to buy microphones for everybody. It's an investment, and I'm ready to take my vocal levels to another level, and crash our soundboard multiple times probably because of it. So we'll see.
So I don't think it's going to be able to help you in the room, but the audience is going to be like, Dan really did sound like he made a more crystal clear pitch when
exactly
voting for his band.
You'll be able to hear Mumbly Joe, right, Dust?
Yeah, I mean, it won't be so mumbly.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like maybe like I'm gonna start publishing our playlist to Spotify, like the ones that like we're voting on in our happy hour songs on draft.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
maybe you'll have a lot more people in your favor.
Nice. All right, can I grab a new beer that I got today while I was out picking out beers?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let me
I'm
see.
gonna wander off camera for a second.
Yeah.
I went to go get a beer
Mhm.
for the podcast.
Yeah.
And happened by a farmer's market.
Mhm.
Bought a pie, ate it.
Oh boy.
Totally ruined my. I had
Not
a real
keto, bro.
a really consistent
Wait,
diet
what
going.
kind of pie? Are we talking mincemeat, or we go like a dessert pie?
Raspberry.
Raspberry pie. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was great.
Nice.
Ate it.
Yeah.
I ate it all, buddy. Oh,
Tangy?
yeah.
Are we
Yeah.
talking like full size pie, or just like a
It was a pie-sized pie, man.
pie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then there was a little bit left, and I threw it in the microwave, and I ate it all, buddy. I
Nice.
ate all of it.
I like
Yo,
it.
you heated it up too. That's crazy.
Mm,
I like
nice
cold
warm
pie personally.
Get a
I
warm piece
I
of
love-
pie and put some ice cream on top of it. A scoop of
Oh,
ice cream
come
and
on,
melt
buddy.
on it.
Don't get me hungry.
I like that cold apple pie where it's all like congealed, sticking together. I put a little whipped cream on top of that. I'm into it.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah. So
We don't
today,
eat pie. Gotta
I'm
get
sorry,
pies. in the rotation more. No, it's
Yeah,
yours,
we should
buddy.
probably
Take it.
maybe an episode we find a band that's pie related, and we each have to bring our own
Ooh.
pie that represents the band.
5.
5.
Five
Yeah.
pie. Oh, yeah.
Mm,
How many albums do they have? 1, 2,
1.5.
1.5.
Yeah,
Maybe we can
One
get
half.
we'll get some of the former members to
that would be
guest
fun.
on it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, talk about it a little bit. Their inspiration.
Local Interborough legends. 5 pie. Yeah, so today I went to my local beer distributor to research and grab some of my beers for our upcoming bands. I come across this nice, colorful can.
Ooh, that's a lovely looking beer.
It is from Forest and Maine Brewery, which is in Ambler, Pennsylvania.
Oh, cool.
This is called Sweet Paralysis Baby IPA.
Mm,
I'd never heard an IPA called a baby IPA, so I was like, you know what, I'm interested in that. It's only 4.8% alcohol, so I think it's like a session IPA.
It has to be that, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna crack that open right now.
Oh, cracking and drinking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a beer also and pay some people. So you guys talk amongst yourselves.
All right, so this is you want to keep it cold and drink fresh. 4.8% alcohol by volume.
Absolutely.
Hopped with Strata and Centennial.
Oh,
so it's Forest and Maine is a brewery that I want to go. It's on my list of places to visit. It's in Ambler. It's like right on their main street. I don't know if you've ever been, Dust.
Yeah, I've been up there a few times. I actually they have a burgeoning brewery economy up there.
Yeah.
I have not been to any of their breweries. I've been to a couple of their bars. I've been to like the Blue Martini or something like that. But been a while since I've been up there, so I'm definitely interested in going up there and checking out.
This is the first time I saw canned beer from them, so I was like, all right, I'm buying. I gotta buy one of their 4-packs. I went to a new distributor today called the Beer Guys in Havertown. Yeah, and literally I walk in and it's like 3 guys at the register that look very similar to us. I guess
they're just like
they just open up their own. Yeah, they open.
This
up
is what
their
we're
own
doing now.
Yeah. And so like I went in, told them the beer that I was looking for. They grabbed it for me right away. After I spent about 15 minutes walking around myself, and then I gave in and asked for where the beer was.
Do you have flops on or shoes? Like how
I had shoes on. Come on.
Okay, I was like like what kind of like effect are they giving you? Like, oh, look at this guy just wandering around flops.
That's the thing.
Like
when I search for my beer, I'm a wanderer. I spend probably about like 15, 20 minutes in the distributor, walking around, seeing the different options. See if I want something to like reach out and grab me and be like, this is the beer for that band. If I do my research as well on the side to identify a beer ahead of time, but sometimes I just want to walk around and I want to be touched by a beer.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. It's we have a couple of bands on our. And like I generally pick out a type ahead of time where I'm like, this is the type and this is like the feeling I want it to evoke. And like I'll try to see some. Often I'll know ahead of time where I'm just like, this is it. Like where I had an epiphany.
Yeah.
But some of them it's like it's not so clear. I think we have one coming up in maybe a month from now, actually. And I'm like, it's kind of tough for me. And like I'm trying to feel out like. I have a beer thesis, and I think it's a little tough for just like thinking of a beer that means that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. It's like I do a lot of walking around, like kind of taking it in.
Oh yeah.
To get there.
You guys, this weather, huh?
I know it's crazy.
You look like you're in an ice box right now, Pat.
Couple of rainy weekends, man.
You're layered up in there.
I don't know if this guy mentioned or brought up, but my alternate for our body count episode was
I saw that today at the distributor and I thought to myself, man, if I had seen that, I probably would have grabbed that body count. Yeah.
And it was kind of like up your alley with the Alien Church, where it's like a little bit undead, but not the color scheme of the I can't believe Dan did it again with another can design label beer.
I was just talking about when I go to the beer distributor, I want a can that to talk to me and say, "This is I represent this band for the week." So that's where I go a lot of the time.
Dusty, do you have anything you want to say to me?
Oh, I'm no, no,
Anniversary or birthday? What
You don't
something?
you don't feel like sorry about anything?
What? Because he chose Alien Church as his beer?
Well, just sometimes I like to unburden people and
Well,
just let them know that I understand that they did something wrong, and I'm not furious at them.
There's been times where I felt like I made a mistake. Not this time. Like even though with body count, I was like, this Tire Hands has some problematic history. I think that Alien Church still like has like such a distinctive taste. Like that can is great. There's something, and I think what was speaking to me most is that like I often think about like what I'm going to post for like the episode like artwork. So like I'm thinking about it, and like I had a real hard time with this one as well. This is probably the hardest one. I was like, because normally I just put like a bottle of beer in like someone's hand or whatnot. And I was like, if I'm going to do this with this one, it's like almost distinctly feels offensive. So there was a lot of like, oh, what are we going to do with this label? How's we going to make it work? We needed something that hits you in the face with the taste. And I think Alien Church really worked out for it. And I think it's like the taste of the beer distinctly won me over in the end. So I still feel okay with it. What I remember most is that like all three of our beers really just like hit me over the head, especially because I Ubered down to your house, Pat. So I was like, I wonder if anyone's like, Dusty is drunk in this episode. He really got to it.
Yeah, Pat's beer was a heavy hitter, big time.
Yeah.
What, like 11% Yeah.
I was feeling it all the next day. I was just like, oh man, this whole weekend shot.
Yeah.
I think I either imagined or I have a snake living in my basement.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No mice though, so that's good.
Hey,
that's a positive.
He's doing his job. If that's the deal, I make that deal 10 times out of 10.
Dude, speaking of a snake in a basement, real quick, 2 years ago, I'm down the basement here. Hogan's playing video games or whatever. He's screaming because there's a mouse in the corner of the basement. So I come down, I set a trap. The mouse is dumb enough to walk into the trap.
Stupid
while
mouse.
While I'm watching, I got to see a mouse walk into a trap. Later on, we go back upstairs. We're going about our day. Later on, I come back down, and there's a GD garter snake squirming his way across the floor. So I think they were like the mouse and the snake were like in an epic battle, and that mouse was probably just like, it's either the snake or the trap. I'm gonna take the easy way out. But I had to get I happen to have a hoe in the basement, not a female, the gardening tool, and just beat the thing to death because I was like,
you murdered the snake?
Yeah,
you murdered the snake.
Why was he in my basement? This is my property. Once you breach the perimeter, I'm gonna kill you.
He was wearing a hoodie. I mean, what the hell?
Jeez. He had Skittles too, I think. So
he seemed cool. I thought, like, I'm glad you just like beat him to death and just like immediately chop his head off. However, I was like, you never just picked up a garden snake? Like, they don't have teeth. Like, it doesn't hurt. It just
I don't have any.
I love them. I think they're cool.
I also would have had to walk that through the house and the kids to see it and be scared shitless of going down the basement from now on. So I was like, I'm gonna kill it and make sure nobody knows that this ever happened. So
it's tough. They seem to get in your house, and it's like how are they doing it? It's bizarre. Owning a house sucks, guys. Don't buy a house.
Don't buy a house. They're awful.
No, it's not worth it. Except for the basement. Yeah.
Speaking of expanding the fan base and whatnot, my aunt was here when we were recording at my house for Body Count, and has gotten into the podcast.
Nice.
Hey.
and is actively recruiting other aunts of mine to watch.
Ah, there you go.
Okay.
And my
How do you
nephew has also he hasn't watched the podcast, but he now has wrapped his head around. He's like, wait a second, you have a YouTube channel? I want to be on it. So he desperately wants to do
We'll save him for the Misfits episode.
what drink is the Misfits?
Yeah.
I hope it's apple juice.
So me and my nephew Carson want to challenge you two and a child of your choice to abandon beers.
All right.
Interesting.
Abandoned root beers it is.
Ooh, root beer. There's a lot of variety of root beers out there too.
Right?
All right. I think we're down here. Not that my girls can tell the difference between any root beer, but
Yeah.
we can go for it.
I'd have to choose May over Hogan because Hogan, the only thing he drinks is water and milk, so he's out.
My kind of man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where I'm at most of the week.
A Clockwork Hogan.
Protein shakes and glorious H2O.
That's right.
All right, yeah. So what band are we doing for these youngins? What are you thinking?
Oh, Carson wants to do the Misfits.
Oh, definitely. All right. So I'm gonna actually go Winry for out of my two youngins. She loves rock and roll. Now, in fact, I'm driving to school. The radio pops on in the car, and it's AC/DC Thunderstruck, and she's like, "Daddy, I love this song." I was like, "You do? Good for you, honey. I'm happy." She's like, and like Lily wants to turn it off, put on trolls or something. And Winry's like, "No, I love this song." And I was like, "All right, honey, we're there to listen to this for sure." So she's now like, since then there's been like one or two other songs too. So she's gonna be my little rock and roll girl that me and her are gonna be best friends about.
Like, Carson was definitely the more musical one out of Ryder and Carson, my two oldest nephews, because Carson just started singing songs that he didn't know 100% all the words to. So he would always sing that one that's like, I love you. And my sister would be like, oh, that's so sweet. But then the rest of the song goes, I love you, I hate you, I can't stand on about you. And like, I don't even know where he heard that. It had to be like from me and just like watching wrestling and stuff. But he got really into that song for a little bit. That and Judas by Fozzy.
Is that Chris Jericho's entrance song?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, I'll do it.
Is anybody having flashbacks to 2020 right now? Drinking beers, talking on the equivalent of Zoom. I'm having like, I used to like take out a 6-pack a night, hanging with friends on something like this.
I did one with you guys.
I think I did one other one, and I was terrible at it.
Yeah, I put on about 15 pounds over COVID because of these Zoom meetings. Yeah, I was drinking and eating and having a good old time, but I wasn't by myself, so I didn't feel like I was an alcoholic, so it's okay.
I was dating a vegan at the time, so I kept my weight pretty much in check. I think I lost weight because they shut the gyms down.
Yeah.
I definitely gained a ton of weight. Just because I discovered I could have any.
Here he goes.
No, I wasn't gonna bring it up. Wasn't going to. Because what happened eventually was I probably had hypo, and then I became hyperthyroidism, and because of my Graves' disease and Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So it wasn't my fault necessarily, but yeah, I'll take it.
No, I had the hyper beer problem where I was having multiple beers multiple nights a week, so it caught up to me.
Did you guys ever watch Clone High?
Yes.
A little bit, yeah.
It's coming back.
Yeah. It's on HBO Max right now. I've been watching it on the weekend. Like that's my go-to if I've had a couple beers and want to just watch a cartoon to wind down.
Yeah, I put on Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
and just Rick and Morty came to its end, and it's just like you might like Clone High.
Clone
I was
High.
like, of course I like Clone High.
Yeah.
I love Clone High.
You watched it when it was Clone High, right?
I watched every episode.
Yep.
We used to love Clone High. We talked about how funny it was, like every day after every episode. We were just kidding. Like, you believe this show? It's so good.
Yeah, I've heard the rumor that it's coming back. It's
Season
the creator. It's Bill
yeah.
Lawrence, who was the creator of
Scrubs.
Scrubs. Yeah. He's done a couple of things.
MacGruber is the voice of Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Forte. Will Forte.
Will Forte.
The guy, I forget what his first name is. Last name McDonald does the voice of Gandhi. He was the guy that was Stewart on Mad TV.
Michael McDonald.
He hasn't done much since then. I was talking to somebody last night about that. I was like, does he still exist? Would they be able to bring him back to voice Gandhi, or would it be somebody else?
Well, yeah, happy for him. That's great.
Yeah. So hopefully they continue to write in the same vein, and it's still hilarious.
Of a bunch of historical figures going to high school together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep that same sort of general tone. That would be great.
JFK was a jerk, and that was hilarious.
Well, I wonder how far away from the truth that is.
I'm sure that's the way he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're vain enough to become a president, then make it all the way to the presidency. You're probably a jerk.
You boys have traveled quite a bit.
I haven't, but you guys have, yes.
All right. Well, you traveled recently.
Yes.
Why I bring it up? And us Americans, we get a reputation for being, not good overseas. Like, the Americans are here. Everyone thinks, American travelers maybe not the most polite.
Yeah.
By far, hands down, the rudest nation I've ever encountered overseas, S tier when it comes to being dicks, is the Australians.
Really?
Oh my God. Aussies, dude. Giant assholes. Everyone I've ever encountered. Just.
Like outside of the States, but not in Australia.
Right. I've never been to Australia. But if I come across an Australian, they're always dicks.
Now, when did you encounter an Australian? Like, what countries were you in?
In Japan.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They were by far the problem there. And then just in the airports, they're just always on their way to a fucking soccer football riot or something.
Oh, nice.
Except in Peru. Everybody was nice in Peru, even the Aussies.
Yeah. You guys were on a mission then.
Right. Trying to get centered.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think in your travels?
I think I can almost always be embarrassed by an American in a line in Europe where I'm just like, oh, that's an American. It was just like fanny pack tote and little bit too much girth human being. I'm trying to think of like my encounters with Australians, and I can't say I've had the same experience.
Well,
I would think most of it's innocuous. It was just like, this is just like a similar kind of person, both in England. Good for us.
Well, you know that Bill Burr joke? He's in England and he's on stage. He goes, "Hey, you know what? You guys are pretty fat too." Always giving us shit.
Oh, somebody's tired.
Yeah, I might have to put this one down for bed, guys.
Do a tuck-in time?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, but I think guys, thanks for catching in. I think I'll keep you guys appraised of like what's happening with the beers and the brews going forward, and can't wait to talk about our next one.
All right, yeah, the next one is No Doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah, coming straight up.
That's right.
And then, do you guys want to do it all in unison?
Yeah.
See if we can time it. See how big a delay there is. Right.
Yeah. Let's see.
For everybody here at Abandoned Beers, I'm Pat Zapp, Dusty Swartz, and Dan McHenry saying to you, Abandoned Beers.
Oh, I thought we were doing it one at a time.
Abandoned
No, we were doing
Beers.
it in unison. I
Oh,
just said
come
that. You
on.
don't listen.
I don't. We tried.
Winry's trying to do it.
Oh.
Good girl.
She did it for
All
me.
right.
All right,
Abandoned
we're good.
Beers.
All right,
Abandoned
Abandoned
Beers.
Beers.